Hiya and welcome to The Sun Down Under, the podcast from the Sun, coming to you live from Australia's Gold Coast. I'm Felicity Cross, Deputy TV Editor, and I've got lots of gossip for you today. Later we'll be seeing part 2 of this big group trial that I'm a Celebrity bosses have planned, where the different campmates are put under specific critter pressure that have been voted for by the viewers. So that will involve Nigel, Nella, Sam, Nick and the rest, and they will all be facing their own trials, personalised especially for them by the viewers. So more on that later, but for now, let's dig into some off-screen action concerning everyone's favourite YouTuber, Nella Rose. So Nella Rose, as we know from day one, she was right at the heart of the action. To start with, we loved it. She was funny, she was feisty, she shot up to the bookies' favourites, top of the bookies' favourite list. People loved her in trials and they really enjoyed how she was bringing a bit of life to camp. However, things, as we know, obviously took a turn when she came up against Nigel Farage on immigration and Brexit, but also, and more importantly, against fan favourite Fred Sirius when he slightly bizarrely said that he was old enough to be her dad, and she took a mass offence. This was the problem with viewers. But in the last couple of episodes, there has been a real back turn in the way that Nella is approaching these conversations. I don't know if you've noticed, but on Thursday night particularly, she was horizontal when Nigel came to revisit the cultural appropriation conversation, the row that they'd had around the camp song with the water and fancy dress. But Nella essentially just waved it off and said it's fine, it's cool. Now, I can reveal why that has gone on. In today's newspaper, we tell how producers have actually stepped in to have a gentle word with Nella about all of these fiery clashes. She's essentially been advised by producers to try and enjoy herself more. They've basically said that, butting heads with everybody in this way means that she is giving herself a hard time. It means that she's worrying more about these tensions. She's throwing herself into all these conversations which are just causing her ag. And actually she might have a more enjoyable time in camp if she just lent into the fun side of her personality. Oh, it's a juicy one. I mean, should producers be getting involved in this way? It obviously slightly gives her something to think about in terms of the way that she's being perceived at home. It wouldn't take a lot for someone to have that conversation and then think, maybe this means that this isn't coming across very well. But we'll see. We'll be able to chat with Nella when she comes out and see how this all played out. But certainly, I think viewers wouldn't mind seeing more of Nella's fun side than necessarily the feisty one. Certainly, all of her friends in the YouTube community and beyond have come out over the last couple of days and talked about how the Nella they know is so fun. She's the thirsty one on a night out. And certainly, all of her content in the past has been more like that than the version we've seen in camp. Now, elsewhere, we're welcoming a new fighter to the ring in the form of Nigel Farage's girlfriend. Now, I sound excited about this because it's a big deal. They have kept their relationship secret for 6 years now. But anyone in the public eye, in the spotlight, it's really quite an achievement. Never mind sort of as a lifestyle choice, actually quite impressive. But certainly they've kept things under wraps. And The Sun first told last week how they were ready to go public with their relationship, with Lord Ferrari heading out to Australia to support him in the jungle. Now she has spoken for the first time. She's basically backing him as king of the jungle. She's saying he's extremely tolerant. She thinks that will gain him support in Australia and with the public. She talks about how he took the opportunity on I'm a Celebrity after she coached him that it would be a massive opportunity for him to shine. She also, of course, how could she not, talk about how her boyfriend's bum has now become famous all in its own right after Nigel took to showering in the nude. She laughed. Nigel has a great bottom. If you've got it, flaunt it. So really interesting news side to Nigel that we're seeing here. We told in yesterday's paper how his daughter Izzy had arrived in Australia and talked about how at the end of the day he was just her dad. And shared some really nice stories about that. And now we have Nigel's girlfriend. So coming up, I look forward to hearing from Nigel's dog, Nigel's brother. But no, it's brilliant. It's always nice to see a new side to people in the public eye, and certainly adding these layers. And finally, we've heard from our 2 camp quitters. So Jamie Lynn Spears has updated her 2 million Instagram followers. She was tucking into a bowl of ice cream from her hotel where she's holed up, still in Australia, ahead of flying home. And she thanked everyone for the opportunity and said that it had been life-changing for her. We'll hear more on that in a couple of days, I'm sure. And secondly, we've heard from Dent, who's also taken the time to post online about her experience, just talking about how it made her really realise how incredibly brave she was with all that she faced in there. And she said, of course, she was planning an epic meal of all proportions coming up soon. I'm pretty sure as soon as she can head out into London's finest restaurants, the food critic will. Back in camp, we have got more trials coming up. They just keep coming. And certainly camp now will start to become a little bit more fractious. You could see that last night. They were starting to row about things like the washing up. And that will certainly become more of a feature as the days tick on. Everyone's becoming more tired, more fractious. Those little things before that people could let go just become harder to cope with. So I think we're going to see some more fallout, some more tensions, and some more drama. So add me to your playlist, come back each day for the Sundown Under, your home for all things I'm a Celebrity and beyond. I've been Felicity Cross, Deputy TV Editor at The Sun, and I'll see you tomorrow.